Welcome back to Big O's channel. It is a lesson to be learned in every single video. So right now we're at 1,600 subscribers. The goal is 2,000. We can do it, y'all. 2K. Let's go. Share one person. That's all I ask. Show some brothers some love. That's all I ask. 2,000 subscribers. Let's go. So real quick, like the thumbnail says, you just renovated an apartment, you're looking for a tenant, or you already have an empty unit, you're looking for a tenant. Here are 5 quick tips that I learned the hard way. And I got a story I'm going to share towards the end of the video, so watch the whole video. I'm going to share a story, hot off the press, alright? So if you watch any of my content, one of my previous videos I talked about renovating a unit, right? And if you watch that video, I mentioned that I was in a hole $16,500. That's not true. I'm actually in the hole $22,000. $22,000, y'all. Between rent lost, renovating, I had to keep going back and forth. $22,000. That the blessing is, from the day I bought this property, the value went up by $90,000. So, plus, I have a tenant moving in that unit this Friday, which would be April 1st, and they're paying $600 more than the previous tenant. So technically, I got my money back. I'm going to get my money back because it was a full renovation. Thank God. And the tenant moving in is on rental assistance, so it's guaranteed money. You feel me? So that's the blessing. But yeah, 5 quick tips. Tip number 1. And this is probably the number one thing you have got to do. You have got to do a credit and background check. That's a must. Make sure him or her can afford this place in terms of good credit. If their credit is like 400, they've been evicted before, they late on their car notes, they have a lot of credit card debt, nah, you don't want that person in your unit. Do a background check too, because if this person has a criminal background, criminal record, all this stuff is going to show up on the report. Do a credit and criminal background check on everybody who's over the age of 18 in the place too, by the way. Not just the people who are paying who are going to be paying the rent. Find out everybody who's going to be over the age of 18 living in that unit, and you make sure you do a credit and background check. Which brings me to tip number 2. Make sure you find out how many people are going to be living in that unit and find out who is over the age of 18. Because when you do your lease, depending on what state you're in, everybody who is over the age of 18 need to be on that lease. And if you find anything crazy that pops up in a credit or criminal background check, oh yeah, you don't want them in your unit. But if they're over the age of 18, put them on that lease. Everybody needs to be held accountable. You're damn right. Yep. So tip number 2, make sure you find out how many people are going to be living in that unit, and find out who is going to be over the age of 18 living in that unit. Because you know what people do? Let me tell you what people do. There'll be one lady who, let's say, is 28, 29 years old. They should have her aunt, her cousin, her uncle, her friend, all come living in that apartment. Nah, you want to nip that in the bud ASAP. Nope. Say, anybody who is going to be living in this unit, I need to know about it, because you're not going to get this unit and then have like 25 people living in that unit. Nope. I've seen that happen too. I was looking to get a house. I was looking to buy another house about a month ago, and I went to go look at this house. The lady said, I went on the second floor of this unit I was looking at. It was disgusting. She said how the lady and her husband were on the lease, but they had 25 people living in this unit. I said, oh hell no. And guess what? Within 2 months, you had to evict everybody because they messed up the unit. Nah, you want to find that out. You want to nip that in the butt ASAP. Tip number 3, find out the employment history of the people who are going to be paying the rent. If the rent is, let's say, $2,000, but they're only bringing in, let's say, $500, $1,000 a month, they can't afford it. Find out their employment history. Unless they're going to be on rental assistance, find out their employment history. You don't want a situation where They move into your house, and then you get a phone call. I don't have rent this month. I can't afford it. My bills. I got a car note. I got a credit card. Nah. You don't want any of those conversations. In my situation, none of my tenants have paid their rent on the 1st. All of them have paid either through rental assistance or they paid their rent late. But the tenants I have paying straight cash out of pocket, none of them paid on the 1st. None of them. All of them paid the last day before it's late. It's like they hold on to the money tight because they don't want to pay the rent. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But yeah, make sure you find out, the employment history of these people. Make sure they can afford the rent. Oh my gosh, true stories, man. Tip number 4, find out if they're going to be on rental assistance. If they're going to be on rental assistance, then okay, no problem. Let them be on rental assistance. Find out the agency's name. Get some information on the agency. Call them up. Hey, you got this tenant. Find out their requirements. Find out everything involved. Because the tenant moving in my unit right now on Friday, they got rental assistance. They worked with me too. Great company so far. We'll see what happens. But find out if they're going to be a rental assistance. If they're going to be a rental assistance, find out which one. Do your due diligence, get some information, call them up, see what their requirements, build a relationship. Very important. Tip number 5, and this is key. This is very key also. Find out if they're going to have pets. If they have a dog or a cat, find out. I personally would not recommend a dog in your property because number 1, they're disgusting in terms of they smell. Number 2, depending on the dog, I don't care if it's a Shih Tzu or a Chihuahua, it will increase your insurance because you are liable for that dog, y'all. I'm telling you. If that dog bites somebody and they own your property, you are liable. You have to put that dog on your insurance. You understand what I'm saying? And now you're going to find a lot of people, and no disrespect to dog owners, because I know somebody's going to get mad when I say this. They say, I have an emotional dog for support, an emotional support dog. I got the paperwork. Don't care. I don't care if Cujo Monkeys are an emotional support dog. Don't want it on my property. No, thank you. Bye. When I was vetting tenants for my place, how many people say, I got an emotional support dog. No, don't want them on property. And I put that in the lease. No dogs allowed. No disrespect, but find out if they got pets, all right? So let's get into this quick story, real quick, right? True story. 4 weeks ago, so real quick, right? Get into the story with my realtor, right? So the realtor had his boy do a showing for me, right? And the guy called me up. He seemed cool, but you could take the used car salesman type personality. Yeah. Oh, I got you. We gonna get you a. Long story short, lady said she want the apartment. She's gonna have a deposit. Cool, right? Left the deposit. She did a credit background check. Everything came out cool. So right when I was supposed to meet up with her again and give her the keys, the original realtor said, "Yo, I know my guy covered for me, but did you do?" He called me on the phone. I was home. He said, "Yo, I see the paperwork for the lady, but I don't see the paperwork for the husband or her fiance." She wasn't married. Her fiance. I said, "Yeah." He told me that he did a background check for everybody. He said, "No, he only did a background and credit check on the woman, not the man." Now I had all the information. He goes, "All right, well, check it out." I'm on the phone waiting, like Jeopardy. Dun, 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 dun. He comes back and says, "Uh-oh." What do you mean, uh-oh? The fiance had 37 criminal infractions. I said, "No." He goes, "Yeah." He said, "My guy didn't do his due diligence. He only did the woman, not the guy." I said, "Yo, that explains why they were so rush. Cause they gave cash, but everything came out, but they were so rush. Listen to me. I dropped the phone cause she had Zelled me her deposit. I Zelled that money so fast. I was trying to Zell it back to her like, Yo, take your money back. Hell no, you're not moving into my apartment. Hell no, you're not moving into my unit. My unit. Hell no. I sold that money back so fast. I texted back, hey, sorry it ain't work out, but somebody else had a deposit from another realtor, so I can't help you. I almost had somebody from America's Most Wanted living in my house. On top of the 37 criminal infractions, a sexual charge, robbery, and the guy stole a car. And we think he was on a run because he had 5 different known cell phones. Can't make this up. You cannot make this up. True story. Just happened about 4 or 5 weeks ago. Yo, I almost had a dude who was on America's Most Wanted living in my house. I said, oh no. When I say dodge the bullet, I was like Neo. Yo, but anyway, yo, that's it, y'all. I hope these tips helped. Hope you got a laugh. Don't forget to share the video with somebody, all right? Peace, love, and I'm out.